Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Jesse, and welcome to my podcast. Today, I want to talk about politics and voting. We have our election in 3 days' time. The election of Nigeria in 3 days' time. And, a lot of you still don't know why you should be involved, why you should vote. I hear people say, maybe this, whoever gets into power, I don't care because it doesn't concern me. I've heard people mentioning statements like that. Aside that, so many of you are just in your homes and you wish these candidates will come into power, but you are not really that interested in voting, or but I will let you know why you should vote. First of all, you have to stop seeing your country, Nigeria, as a country. That is how you can help yourself. You have to start seeing Nigeria as your home. Nigeria to you, it's more than just a country, it's a home. What do I mean by it's a home? It means, there's this saying that says it's how you lay your bed, you lie on it, right? Whatever affects your home is going to affect you. In Nigeria, for example, now we can have a problem where, the transformer that supply electricity to a particular street is being faulty. What happens when your transformer is faulty in your street? You are sad about it now because you know what that means for you. There's going to be no light. You see, all these things that directly affect your home, you are concerned about it. You are concerned about who is pumping the water in your home. So in the same way, you should be concerned about your country, because whoever we vote in the country as the political president is going to bring up policies that will indirectly or directly affect you, no matter how you like it. Okay, a very good example now. Let's just talk about this Naira scarcity. We've abandoned some old Naira notes, right? And now we're in a new Naira note. So I want to ask a question. Which one of you is not affected by this? You see, everybody's affected. And even if you feel you're not directly affected, indirectly, you are affected one way or the other. So it's more than just Nigeria, my country. It's Nigeria, my home. Then secondly, you need to know something. Another reason why you should be involved in politics, because this is the only decision making in Nigeria that they consider you valuable enough, to be among the people that will decide the outcome. Whenever most decisions are taken in a nation, nobody calls you, nobody cares about you, like about seeking your opinion, about it. Nobody seeks about it, but it's not really that nobody seeks your opinion. We just wake up and see they make new policies, like for example, the lockdown during the COVID-19. I wasn't pleased with it, but nevertheless, that was it. They didn't ask for my opinion. It doesn't matter how I feel about it. So that is it. That is what it feels like to be just a regular citizen. But it's much more. As a regular citizen, we get to decide who we are going to handle this power to. The person that will be with the power to determine what is going to go on in our nation, to determine the politics. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a very significant moment for you, because in an election time like this, your opinion matters. You understand? That's why people say, my vote don't matter. No, it does matter. If it didn't matter, I wouldn't be here making this video, and nobody will be campaigning. So this is the moment that deem you valuable enough to hear your opinion. So Nigeria wants your opinion on who is going to be the next president of Nigeria, and you should. Is a big deal. It's a big deal, right? So politics is something you should be engaged in, because, like I said, whoever we are going to elect into power is going to lay out politics that is going to affect us, and you should be very, very concerned. If you're not concerned, just look at, there are many countries like Sri Lanka, for example, now, who are currently under crisis, severe crisis, because of very, very bad government decisions. So we don't want to lay down this power to the wrong set of people, right? Then the second thing I want to talk about now is, now I want to be involved in politics. How do we decide which candidate is the best. I've seen, we have three key candidates here. We have Peter Obi, Atiku, and then we have Asiwaju Tinubu, right? So these are the three leading candidates. And I can see a lot of people coming up with, Peter Obi, some people saying Tinubu, some people saying Atiku. So which is the best among the three? This is a very important question because majority of the time, I see people electing their, preferential candidate based on a personal bias reason. People are just being biased, like people want to vote for this candidate because it belongs to their own political party. People want to vote for this candidate because it belongs to their religion. People want to go for this candidate because it belongs to their tribe. You cannot afford to do that. I'll let you know why you cannot afford to do that. It's not a bad thing to be biased. I've been biased before. Many times I've been biased. Even in voting, you say when, I've seen some people send me some maybe Instagram link, maybe some of my friends, family, they say they are going for this competition. I should help them with a vote, with a like, with a share. And I do it all the time. You understand? So it's not that there is a problem being biased, but when we're talking about the presidential election, there's a problem being biased. And I'll explain to you why. Okay, let's say, for example, now, my younger brother now said is going for an Instagram competition or something, one of those competitions. He said he needs my vote. I will give it to him. But let's say in a situation whereby I'm traveling within Nigeria and I have to take the airplane, I have to take a flight, I'm traveling, and someone asked me, or the people at the airport asked me, they said I should vote who is going to drive this plane between my brother and a certified pilot who I don't know before. So who am I going to vote for? Definitely not my brother, because if I vote for my brother, yeah, we are going to crash. You get it? So what's the difference between an Instagram vote and someone driving the plane? It's responsibility. That is the difference. So don't treat this. So listen, you can't afford to make people make you biased about this vote. Many people are biased because they want to serve their own propaganda. They have an agenda. They want to use you. They know you have the power to vote. So they say, hey, vote. This person is in our political party. Hey, vote. This person is in our religion. But the weight of Nigeria is more than your biasment. The responsibility is very huge. This is more than just an Instagram election. This is a country's election. Like I told you, why won't I vote for my brother to ride the plane, that I'm going to have to take, because it's going to end up in a catastrophe. So the same thing with your country. Listen, every one of you wanting to vote bias, or that they are trying to program to vote biasly, every one of you have been a victim of the problems we are facing in this country. We all have one way or the other. See, I don't care. Listen, it's more than just, okay, you have money. Some people say, well, they have money. The problem is not affecting them. That's not true. Exactly. If you have money, it can affect your family members that don't have money. And that's not even the way to think about it. I don't want to go into much details because I don't want this voice note to be too long. But I said that again. What about security? What about amenities? What about other areas? So one way or the other, we've all been a victim of a collapsed economy. So the significance of your voting, your power, your opinion, it's of high significance. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So then lastly, if not being biased, how do you vote? How do we pick our candidates to vote? A lot of you are not taught how to vote, but I came up with a metrics that we can use to decide the right candidate, because, the reason why they don't teach these things, because people are more concerned about brainwashing others with their political party, saying our party, vote our party, or brainwashing others with their religious candidates. So much so that they fail to give you the right metrics. When you say metrics, I'm talking about a standard at which you can judge who is the right candidate. So there is a metrics. What are those metrics? I think I'm going to break it down into 4. Number 1, when you look at the 3 candidates, there are 4 metrics you should use to judge them. Number one is, are they of good character? So you check the character of each one and every candidate. Are they of good character? Are they of good virtue? So when we say character, what do you mean by character? We are talking about characters like love, like empathy. Empathy, for example, now is a character that allows you to be able to relate with someone else suffering. You know, when you see someone suffering, you have this soft spot. You feel like you want to help. The government has the power to help. But if it doesn't have the empathy, it won't care. I know I've been a victim before. I remember back then in Oyo State, you know, look at many of these states. We've seen people being held their salary for 12 months. You know, that's like 1 year. And the people in power has the power actually to what? Pay these people up their salary. Why aren't they paying? Why are they not feeling the pains of these people? Because there's no empathy. So whoever you are voting has to be of good character. He has to have good leadership character. The second is he has to have a good proven record, proven track record. So you have to check the previous record of the person in power. When that person was in office, what was his record? You know, when he was in office, when he held position, what was the record? How was the economy of the society? What was the state of the country when he picked it up to when he or she left power? So the third thing we have to look at is the morality record. You know, when I talk about morality record, I'm talking about those criminal records. You know, you have to look into that because, you know, you won't listen if someone is going to be in charge of your life, you won't want somebody with a bad record. You know, let's say, okay, let me give a very good example. You are going to have a doctor in charge. Maybe you're about to go under the knife for an operation. You require a very serious operation, and you have the ability to choose which doctors you want to pick. Are you going to pick a doctor that has a history of maybe drug abuse, mental ailment, you know, crime? You definitely are not going to pick that kind of person because that kind of person will handle your life recklessly. So you have to look at the record of these three candidates. Check their morality record. Are they known to be tyrants? Are they known to be harsh? Are they known to be criminals? And the last thing you have to look at is the competence. You know, are they qualified? How qualified are they to lead the country, both in knowledge, physically, how qualified? You look at the competence. You know, many of these candidates went to several debates and we were able to, through, you know, those presidential election debates, through those debates, we were able to judge, you know, their competence. You know, so, but listen, when you put these four factors in place, when you put these four metrics in place, out of the three candidates, only one stand out. That is Peter Obi. Listen, I'm not going to go into all these records. It's all over the internet for you to verify. But yes, Peter Obi is the only one that stands out. When you use these metrics to judge this candidate, he's of good character. He has proven track record. He has no negative morality record, and his competence. And yes, like I said, I'm not going to go into the details of, you know, emphasizing or elaborating on who Peter Obi is or who is not. But we have 3 days to the election. Listen, let me tell you something. They said a drop of water makes an ocean. You know, Pastor Chris told us something many years ago. Pastor Chris said, whenever you think your effort is little, remember that if so many of us do a little, it becomes a lot. You know, so why I'm saying this is because you have to know that your effort counts, because your effort, it counts because it's going to, at the end of the day, boils down to the collective. It's going to be, you know, it's your effort combined with my effort. Let's say, for example, now, this video that I'm making, no matter how little or how insignificant it might be to you, is not going to be little or insignificant when it's added to other efforts. You know, so why I'm saying this is because it's important for you to not only vote, but to campaign. You know, tell people about Peter Obi. Tell people why, you know, if you are so little, you says, okay, I'm very young, I can't vote. Your parents can vote, your uncle can vote, your aunts can vote. There's going to be holiday that day. Make sure they go out to vote and make sure they vote for the right candidate, which is Peter Obi. So thank you very much, and also share this video